Miss Alloway's math class. Today we're going to talk about comparing numbers. So before we left for our little break, we talked about comparing numbers just a little bit. We just dabbled in it. But today we're really going to go into depth about comparing numbers and really how that's done. So you're going to need to know these three symbols when we're talking about comparing numbers. When you see that this smaller number is on this side and the bigger, so the alligator's eating the bigger number, that's when you know that it's greater than. And when you see that the smaller number's over here and the bigger number's over here, it's less than. So if we said 32 is less than 58. And over here we would say 58 is greater than 32. And then when we see the equal sign, it just means the same. So that would be like 58 is equal to 58. 32 is equal to 32. So we're going to do a little, just some examples, just talking about the symbols, and then we'll talk about, well, how do we know if it actually is greater than or less than? So when we're talking about greater than, my example for that was 58 is greater than 32. So this is greater than, because if you add little t, the alligator is eating the bigger number. Of course, the alligator is going to want more fish. So let's say we had 58 fish. Compared to 32 fish, the alligator is going to want to eat the 58 fish. And then over here, reverse of that, we would have 32 is less than 58. So we say less than here because this number is less than, we don't want to say smaller than, because if I said, 32 is smaller than 21. But 32 is greater than 21. So that's just what we don't say smaller or larger. We say greater than and less than. So we put the teeth over here because the alligator is eating the bigger number. And then we would say 32 is equal to 32. It's the same as. So we've talked about the equal sign being and meaning the same as. So how do we know if a number is greater than or less than another number? We have to start by looking at the place value. So let's compare. So I'm going to write the number 21. I'm going to leave a blank here and write the number 46. The first place we go is we're going to look at the tens place right here. So let's draw out this number, 21. How many tens rods? Say it out loud. How many tens rods? We need 2 tens rods. 1, 2. Now, when we see 46, how many tens rods are in 46? Say it out loud. We have 4 tens rods. Already, just by looking, I'm going to erase this one and make it a little bit longer. Already, just looking, we don't even have to look at the ones place. Just by looking at the tens place, we have 2 tens over here and 4 tens over here. So we already know 2 is definitely bigger than 4. You can see it in this picture. So we'll say 21 is less than 46. So big alligator over here wants to eat 46 fish versus just 21. So we really want to use our knowledge of place value to be able to compare the numbers. So let's do another example. And again, then you could look at the ones and you could draw your little ones cubes over here, but you know that if you have 2 tens and 4 versus 4 tens, 4 tens is going to be bigger, or is going to be greater than, excuse me. So let's do another one. So here we're going to do 59 and 52. Ooh, this could get a little bit tricky, but don't let it trick you. So you're going to look at the tens place. You're going to draw it out. Okay, we have 5 tens on both sides. Let's go ahead and draw it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 tens on this side. And how many tens on this side? We have 5. Well, that does not help us. Now we have to go into that ones place. Okay, so then we have 9 ones. I'm going to go ahead and just draw it out. So we have 9 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that definitely 9 versus 2, 9 is definitely greater than 2. So we know that 59 is greater than 52. Now, I just really want you, when you're doing this on the worksheet that you're going to turn into Seesaw, and when you do this and practice it over and over and over again, just be very careful looking at your symbols. The smaller number is going to be where this little thing is right here. So that this is the smaller number, 52. And then the bigger number, the alligator is going to eat the bigger number. So just think, or the number that's greater than. So just think when you're looking at your piece of paper and when you're doing practice problems, okay, would the alligator rather eat 55 fish, or excuse me, 59 fish, or 52 fish? So just think, which one is the alligator going to want to eat? Let's do another practice. So we're going to do 24. 24. Now, I don't want this to trick you if it might trick you, so we're going to go ahead and look at the tens place. Okay, we see 2 tens on both sides. So we're going to draw it out. And you can always draw this out. If you need a mental picture, you can always take your time and draw your tens and ones and see. You can actually count them out and see which ones or how many. What am I trying to say? You can see, okay, this side has more than this side, and you can see, okay, this side's obviously greater. So then we'll draw 2 tens on this side. Okay, so we have 2 tens on each side. Now we see we have 4 on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 24 is equal to 24 because I see 2 tens and 4 ones on this side, and I see 2 tens and 4 ones on this side. So I'm going to put a big fat equal sign right there because equal means the same as. So 24 is the same as 24. So attached to the document where you found this video, you will see an anchor chart that has these. So if you want to use that anchor chart to help you, definitely a good resource to have. And then you'll see attached 2 workbook pages. So I want you to do those workbook pages and then take a picture of them and turn them in to Seesaw so that I can see them and see how great you all are doing. So if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know. But this concludes our mini lesson on comparing numbers. I can't wait to see the awesome work that you're going to turn in on Seesaw, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.